make about something I'm initiating this morning, and then happy to answer your questions. I committed during the election campaign that I would be absolutely focused on getting more housing built and doing everything that we could do at City Hall to ensure that housing was built as quickly as possible. A key point of my 5-point plan that was in my platform on which I sought and received a mandate was to get more homes built by cutting red tape and speeding up approval times at City Hall by creating a new development and growth division to streamline the process to get more housing built faster. And so I'm announcing today, pardon me, I'm announcing today that work is now fully underway to create this development and growth division to hurry up housing. This is a fundamental change to City Hall and how our government is operated, and it is all to ensure that we cut through what has too often been an approval quagmire for people that are seeking to build housing and get new homes approved as quickly as possible. Senior staff in the city are working quickly to create this division, which will be a substantial reorganization of existing staff in the main, so that they're focused more keenly, even more keenly, on the process of approval and on the delivery of housing much faster. This plan, which represents a fundamental rethink of our bureaucracy, will be a major contributor to ensuring that development applications move as efficiently as possible through our system without sacrificing necessary diligence. Staff have made some efforts to streamline approval processes over time in the past years, and the work of the new Development and Growth Division will build on that. We simply have to do better as a city, and we can do much faster so that we can get built the housing that we need, including more affordable housing. I've indicated to the city staff that I want this division up and running as quickly as possible, and that I will be using the strong mayor powers to implement it, and I expect this new model will be up and running as a result of all of that by early 2023. We're in a housing crisis in Canada, and that is being felt acutely here in the City of Toronto. We cannot shirk our responsibility as a city to get housing built, and we most certainly have to avoid making the situation worse with costly delays. This problem wasn't created overnight, and it won't be solved overnight, but this division, I'm confident, will be a significant step forward to address it. In the weeks and months ahead, I expect to have further updates on this division and the rest of my 5-point plan as we work to deliver on the mandate that Toronto voters have given me on housing and other issues. I assure you that the steps necessary to implement the changes needed to facilitate more mid-rise on busy streets and to permit more housing options in neighborhoods across the city will be brought forward very early in the life of the new council. I want to be very clear that this is an issue on which I am laser focused and on which we will be acting with as much urgency as possible. Helping make sure everyone has a home will help all of us. When home ownership is out of reach and when rental supply is inadequate, affordability suffers, and it undermines Toronto's economic competitiveness, and that hurts us all, and it undermines us socially as well. We've made strong progress over the past 8 years to get housing built in Toronto, but to tackle increased affordability challenges brought on by a national housing shortage, we need to build more homes, and we need to build them faster. The Development and Growth Division and the rest of the 5-point plan builds on this progress by looking critically at where we can streamline and modernize processes at City Hall and how we incentivize our home building partners to increase our housing supply and thus drive affordability, make housing more affordable. This is about making sure that young people can live and raise their families in the neighborhoods they grew up in or in the neighborhoods they want to build their lives in, and that seniors can stay in their neighborhoods if they decide to downsize. It also helps to ensure that newcomers can continue to move to and contribute to this city. I want to be clear to everyone, none of this means rubber stamping or rushing bad applications. Neither does it mean that our planning staffs are not doing their job. What has happened is that a process has evolved around our professional staff, which ends up stopping them or inhibiting them from moving housing projects forward efficiently. The design and effective functioning of this new division will unblock that process and, in fact, improve the process within which our staff do their important work. It should make their jobs easier for them to carry out. It will empower planners who work in the city to get housing built faster while still making sure we're building complete communities and prosperous neighborhoods that people of all ages and all incomes can call home. I am totally determined to tackle this housing issue, and I know that Premier Ford and Prime Minister Trudeau share that commitment to get more affordable and attainable housing built, to get more housing built generally. Progress is possible. This plan builds on my record of championing pro-housing policies over the last 8 years. In the month of July alone, July of 2022, I led the City Council in approving a total of 24,829 housing units, including 2,060 affordable and 2,413 purpose-built rental units and 775 rental replacement units. In the past 2 years, in partnership with the other governments, we've approved and will have built by the end of this year, and in many cases will have people living in almost 3,000 supportive housing units. A fast-paced achievement we must keep repeating together with the other governments, recognizing, as we do, that supportive housing represents the best answer for most of those who are experiencing homelessness, including in particular those among them who are experiencing mental health or substance-related issues. We have made strong progress on getting more homes built, especially affordable and supportive housing. But there's much more work to do, and I want the public to know that starting with this step and other steps to come in the days ahead, we're going to do that work. I wanted my first announcement as re-elected mayor to be focused on getting more housing built faster. That work is now underway because the people have placed their trust in me to work for them for another 4 years. I believe that actioning these policy proposals, building on the progress we have made over the past 8 years, will get them more homes built in our city and get them built faster. And I'm getting on with that job. I'm now happy to take your questions.